guys, how you doing? I hope everything is well. Everything is good with me. Yes, y'all. I wanted to come back to the story of Celeste and David. I think something really weird is going on here. I really believe that. I believe something weird is going on here, and somebody not telling the truth around here. Mm-hmm. And just let me say this here. Celeste's family did put a missing out on her in, what was it, February of 2024. Mm-hmm. February of 2024. Then again in April of 2025. So in that span, the police was called to the house 11 times. But remember, Celeste wasn't there. Remember? Remember, she was born in February 2024. And they reported her again in February of 2025. But the police was still coming to the house for whatever reason in April of 2024 when she was missing. So something definitely is going on in that household. And another thing, if my child is missing, it is really strange that Celeste's family is not coming out after your child been found deceased in the front of a Tesla car. Maybe they need to look it up and see how big a front in a Tesla car is. Because let me tell you something. I'd be dead. I'm telling you, I'd be dead, because to know that you smashed my baby up and put her in the front of a Tesla, I'd be gone. Okay, I would be gone. But to hear radio silence from the family, not even wanting justice, I didn't even see them come out and say, I need justice for Celeste. That's my child. She was murdered. Long as she's unalive, she's murdered. They could sit there and say accident or whatever. They do not know. The coroner doesn't know. So they just can't assume that it was an accident. She had an overdose. Why are they putting so many bad things on this little girl? You know what I'm saying? They putting so many bad things on this little girl, and I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair at all. I think it's awful. I think it's awful. I don't know if they're doing it because of David, his status, but he's done so. Like, bro, like, you still a petty. Like, you still a petty. That's gonna follow you for the rest of your life. But but if they cannot prove that David had been intimate with Celeste, he can say no. But you still was harboring a child. And he's so smart about it. He kept put her in different disguises, you know? But it's very weird that the family is not coming out. I don't care if they did give you the body back and you're gonna have a funeral for your daughter. That's what you're supposed to do. But you still want justice. When are you gonna come forward, come to the front of the room and say, I need justice for my daughter? She didn't deserve that. To me, I'm just saying, allegedly. To me, I think they was abusive to her. And that's why they're not coming to the forefront. I think they was abusive to her, and that's why they're staying back. There's no way, no parent is not going to want justice for their child. I don't give a damn. So they really trying to paint her as the worst child in the world because she just kept running away. She ran away 3 times, bro. She ran away 3 times, okay? 3 times. And when she ran away 3 times, she went to one place, David's. The manipulator. The one that she was in your house on the computer talking to. She kept going to the same place. So when you seen David and Celeste online, because everybody and their mama seen it, you didn't say, oh shit, that's my daughter. Take a picture, boom. Hello? I just seen my daughter. Yes, I have a missing out for her. I just seen my daughter with this guy. It's the guy David, because I never met him. So that's the guy David. He's a black guy. Blah, blah, blah. This is him. None of that. You didn't do none of that. You're just sitting back doing what? Doing what? Like I said, I found it strange for Celeste to even come to the neighbors and try to handle some business that was an adult, situation. That wasn't for a child to come outside to be arguing with adults. I'm not getting that. She's outside trying to talk because she's a child, and they know she's a child. They're like, just shut up. Just shut up. They're laughing at her. They joking around because they know she's a child. Where the hell was your parents? You right there. So your parents didn't mind you going outside to talk to grown folks, yelling at them, calling them the N-word, and a whole bunch of other stuff. They feel like that was okay. They felt that was okay. I'm not understanding that. Why they so secretive? It is definitely something wrong in that family, and they don't want it to come out. I believe it. Because the police to be called to your house 11 times. 11. We cannot say they was called for Celeste, so please, I don't want to hear that shit. Please don't blame this little girl again. Please don't blame her. You couldn't blame him. Because when the police was being called, they was being called after April. And remember, you reported her missing. No, excuse me. They was called, yes, in February. When you put her missing out of her in February, April of 2025, in April 2024, the police was coming out there for different reasons. And it ain't had nothing to do with Celeste because Celeste wasn't there. She wasn't there. Remember, y'all reported her missing in February. She wasn't there. You said you ain't seen in the whole year. You said a whole year you haven't seen Celeste. Mm-hmm. So when the police was coming out there, what's going on in your household? And like I said, when they showed the picture of the little girl, Celeste, running, she was running, skipping, jumping. That's what she was doing. Because she didn't know what to do. We don't know if she was hit. We don't know what the hell happened to her. But I know one thing. I know when somebody crying. She was crying. She was crying. I said that 3 times in my video. Y'all, please look back at it because she was crying. Because the young lady she walked past did a double take on her. Yes. So that's when her sister came to the liquor store. It's a liquor store, but it's a, they sell little tater chips and candy, stuff like that in there. That's when she came and asked him, did you see my sister? And he was showing her the camera, and she seen his sister. But guess what? Why did you have to go get your sister? Why did you have to go and get your sister? It was the same day. It was the same day that we seen Celeste running, skipping, didn't know what to do, running away. And that's when his sister came to the liquor store to see the camera. She asked the owner, did you see my sister? And I think he said yes. So she was like, can I see the cameras or whatever? And it showed that she went past there. So why was you going to look for your sister? It was the same day. So what made you think she ran away? It was the same day. What made you think that she ran away? Because something in that household that went down, you knew she ran away. Because something went down in that household. For you to go look for her in that same day, you knew something. You knew something. You knew something. You knew something went down. I do not understand why the parents are not coming out and, voicing their opinion, about their child. This is their child. Why are you not sitting here saying, I want justice for my child? I don't give a damn who it is. It could be David. It could be the manager, allegedly. It can be the management, because they keep making up names here, y'all. It ain't the manager call, it's the management call. The manager don't live there, the manager do live there. Because they was taking out the manager stuff, and they was taking out David's stuff. So that's what got people scratching their head, like, but didn't he tell us that he a lady? That he has children, and he has a 14-year-old, that he has to, cuddle them and get them through what happened. How selfish? How selfish can a person be? You're going to get your family through what happened to David or Celeste. Because you act like you don't even know what the hell is going on. You act like you don't know Celeste. You act like you don't damn near know David. You, you say, I'll come outside. I be here every single day. Damn near. Because I work from home. I be in here with my wife and my kids. Bro. You a whole manager. So you don't go to no events or nothing like that. You just stay home with your wife and your kids. You don't come outside. You just stay in the house. You never even once said, you know, I feel bad for this little girl. Or you said, I got a 14-year-old and, my family, I got to take care of my family. I'm trying to, get them through it. Through what? What are you trying to get them through? You just got finished saying that you don't even be around them. You just got finished saying you do not be around David or your clients. So what you trying to get them through? I think that's very selfish. That's selfish, and I know you're trying to get yourself out of this. Everybody want to step back now. Nobody don't want to be part of none of this. Nobody ain't trying to be part of none of this shit. They like, nah, I don't know him. But then, I was telling you yesterday, the way David houses and where they found his Tesla, it's quite a walk. Okay? It's coming out the way it's made, it's made really nice. It's just a long walk. It's I'm not saying a long walk. It's a walk to get to my damn car when I got a 3-car garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a goddamn walk. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if I, if I got money like that, I ain't walking that far. And especially if I got a 3-car garage. I'm going to go outside, through my side door, get my butt in the car, press that button, and zoom on out. But to walk that far to your car, I was thinking, because sometimes you have to think out of the box. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they put the car in the area that it was put because wherever Celeste was unalived, they didn't want to bring the body. I believe she was in another car. And they swapped out. They took her remains and put it in that Tesla. I do not believe that they came out the house. Because if they came out the house with the body, they have neighbors. And they all got, they rich. They all got the ring bell. So they would have seen it. It would have been noticeable. So they would have been more quicker to say, yeah, I did see him come outside with a plastic bag, yeah. Or somebody came outside with a plastic bag. So for you to get it away from the neighbors, you park the car there. And wherever this happened at, I believe she was transferred. She was transferred into that Tesla, that Tesla. I really believe that. But I'm still thrown about the family, the mom, the dad, not coming out pleading for justice for their daughter. Like, damn, you're making it seem like Celeste was a monster. She's a child. She is a child. And it's not fair that this poor little girl is now, gonna be buried. And it seems like they don't have no clue. Unless they're holding it close to their chest. And I'm going to say this here. TMZ, y'all already know. TMZ don't miss a beat. They don't miss a beat. So this is where I feel this is bigger than it really is. Because TMZ is not saying a damn thing. They act like they don't know nothing. Like nobody ain't telling them nothing. I don't believe that, y'all. I think TMZ is holding it back. For a reason. I think they was told, my neck is so big, y'all. They say it's my thyroid. So yeah, but, I think but TMZ usually don't, listen, I don't know. I just think TMZ knows more. They hustlers. And they just not. There's no way. There's no way. And the management, the manager, Mr. don't want to see nobody. Mr. don't have no clients. My clients is over there and I stay over here. So, I don't have to talk to them. I talk to them on the phone. I talk to them FaceTime. So, when David goes on his, when David was going on his tours and stuff like that, you never went? Your management never went? I don't understand. Everybody is like trying to run. I don't know. I really think the manager, allegedly, he knows a whole bunch. And I do blame him if he knew that David was messing with Celeste. I blame him too. Since he want to put it out there, I have a daughter 14 years old too. I blame you too. Would you want your 14-year-old with a 20-year-old man? Would you want your daughter with a 20-year-old man? Young man. It's alright for somebody else's child. But damn it, oh hell no. It's alright for him to do that because I know you seen it. I know you seen them plenty of times together. And don't hand me that shit where you thought he was 19 years old. Hell no. She don't look no 19. Cut the bull. Cut the bull. She look like a baby. Yes, she do. I don't care how much full hair she got. You can still look in her face and tell she's a child. Come on. You couldn't even get the damn Hello Kitty Crocs away from her. She loved them things. She loved them. She loved her Hello Kitty because that's what children do. You know what I'm saying? That's not she's a young lady. She's young. You got your bedroom, you got posters up, of your favorite singers and, like different, like Hello Kitty, and stuff like that. So that's not strange. I think it's strange for a man to sit there and be with a little girl that had on Hello Kitty Crocs. That's strange. But like I said, I don't know y'all. Like I said, she's not here anymore. So I don't know if David's going. He's not. There's no way he cannot be charged with, you know, tampering with her as, sexual. He can't. Mm-mm. He could just deny it unless they have evidence. But being around her, her running away and going to your home, you know, and they still have to have proof of that, because only way they got proof of that if you have cameras in the house, or cameras, in front of the door, and seeing her walk up in there. And I swear to God, y'all, I hope this don't, become a cold case, because I don't believe it's this hard. I don't believe it's hard. I don't believe this is hard. I don't believe it. I don't believe this is hard as they making it seem. I really don't. I do not believe it's this hard. Mm-mm. They have they have evidence, and they're keeping it close to their chest until they're ready to just bam. I'm not saying David. I never said David. I don't know who it is. It's somebody around him. Could be around him, because I'm still stunned about him going on tour and where she was. Where was Celeste? While you on tour, you get a phone call that little Celeste is found in your Tesla. You know what I mean? Like, who had your Tesla? And I don't really believe the young man that talking about he was taking pictures and he found the key to the Tesla. I don't know. I'm throwing that out the window. I'm just, I ain't believing that one. Right there, I just don't believe that. I really, they say he said they gave it to the police, and it is what it is. The police never said, they came out and said that this key belongs to, you know, the that Tesla. I don't know. But y'all, we're gonna pray hard, for Celeste to get justice the way she's supposed to. She 14 years old. Please get it out your head and stop calling that little girl fast. You understand? Because you don't know the circumstances in her household. You don't know. We already know she with a predator. We know that. That's even worse. That she's in the hands of a predator. You understand? She was in the hands of a predator. She had no business being with that grown man. And he knew it. But guess what? He didn't give a damn. He didn't give a damn. But y'all, I gotta go. But this is really weird that they said she was missing the 24th of February, and April 20 wait August wait February of 2024 and April of 2025. So when the police, like I said, was called, she wasn't there. Mm-mm. Nope. She wasn't in the household. she wasn't in that household, y'all. And like I said, when her sister came looking for her, when her sister came looking for her that same day, why was you looking for her? Because first of all, it was a school day. Why did you go looking for her? Because you knew something happened in that household. Like for real. Alright, y'all. I'ma go. Y'all hit that like button and subscribe, y'all. Alright. Peace.